Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Sky Clock podcast. Are you ready to decode the cosmic weather for today, January 3rd, 2025?
It's going to be a fascinating one.
Yeah, we've got a really cool mix of energies happening up there, kind of a cosmic cocktail.
Yeah, I like that.
So let's dive right in.
Well,
Where should we start?
let's look at the sun first. It's currently in Capricorn.
Okay, so the sun in Capricorn.
Yeah, Capricorn is all about structure discipline, that long-term vision. It's like the architect of the zodiac.
Ooh, I like that.
And, with this energy, it's asking, are you building a life that's truly meaningful to you?
That's a great question to think about.
Right.
Well, the sun is in Capricorn. What about the moon? Where's the moon today?
The moon is actually finishing up its journey through Aquarius.
Okay.
So you might be feeling like things are coming to a close, like a chapter ending.
Hmm.
Aquarius is all about innovation, being unique, and thinking outside the box.
Right.
You might feel this pull between, looking back at the past, but also being really excited for the future.
It's like standing on the edge of a diving board, ready to take that leap.
Exactly.
So we've got Capricorn grounding us.
Yeah.
Aquarius pushing us forward. How are we going to express all of this? What about communication today?
Well, Mercury, the planet of communication, is actually in Sagittarius right now.
Okay.
And that brings a real burst of energy to the way we communicate.
Hmm.
You might find yourself being a little bit more adventurous with your words, or maybe even bolder with your ideas.
I love that Sagittarius energy. It's so optimistic and expansive.
It is.
But is there anything we should watch out for? Any pitfalls with this placement?
Yeah. Sagittarius can be a little blunt sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a bit overly optimistic. So just remember that listening is key.
Right. Active listening.
Exactly. You might feel super confident in your ideas, and that's great, but it's also important to stay open to hearing other perspectives.
It's like going on a mental adventure together.
Yeah. Exploring different viewpoints.
I like that.
Learning from each other.
Now, what about Venus? I hear that it just entered Pisces.
It did just recently.
Pisces, the sign of universal love and compassion.
Yeah, this is where things get a little dreamy. Venus in Pisces brings in this wave of empathy and a desire to connect on a deeper level. You might feel yourself being a little more sensitive, more drawn to beauty and creativity. It's like you're putting on those rose-colored glasses, seeing the best in everyone and leading with your heart.
That sounds lovely.
Oh.
But does that mean we should let people walk all over us?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Venus in Pisces is about unconditional love.
Right.
But healthy boundaries are still important.
Right.
Pisces energy can sometimes lead to self-sacrifice, so it's really important to be mindful of your own needs as well.
We can't pour from an empty cup, right?
Exactly. You got to take care of yourself first.
Right. So we've covered the sun, the moon, Mercury, and Venus. What's next on our cosmic tour today?
Let's talk about Mars. Mars is currently retrograde in Leo.
Mars retrograde.
Yeah.
That sounds intense.
It can be. Instead of that typical Martian drive and action, this retrograde is more about reflection.
Okay, so what does that actually mean for us, like on a practical level?
It's like hitting the pause button on those big, bold moves. Mars retrograde in Leo is asking, are you expressing yourself authentically? Are your actions matching up with your heart's desires?
It's like a cosmic check-in.
Exactly. It's not about dimming your shine. It's about making sure that your light is truly reflecting who you are.
I love it. So it's more about refining our approach, making sure we're on the right track creatively and energetically.
Exactly.
So Mars is retrograde, and I hear Jupiter is too.
Yeah, Jupiter's retrograde, but it's in Gemini.
Oh, wow. 2 planets retrograde at the same time?
Yeah.
The universe is really telling us to slow down.
It is. It's giving us this opportunity to really go inward. And Jupiter retrograde in Gemini is all about revisiting your beliefs, the stories you tell yourself about the world. It's a time for learning, but it's important to focus on quality over quantity.
Right.
Don't try to do too much at once. Instead, pick a few subjects you're passionate about and really dive deep.
So maybe instead of signing up for 5 different online courses,
Yeah,
pick one that really resonates and commit to learning and growing in that area.
exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about all this mental energy with Jupiter and Gemini. What about Saturn?
Well, Saturn is in Pisces right now.
Saturn in Pisces.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Saturn's all about structure and discipline, while Pisces is more dreamy and intuitive. How do those two energies work together?
It's a beautiful blend, actually. Think of it as bringing your dreams down to earth. Saturn in Pisces helps you turn those ethereal visions into something real tangible.
It's like having a blueprint for your dreams.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
gives you that structure and discipline to take practical steps towards manifesting your soul's desires.
I love that. So we've got Jupiter urging us to refine our knowledge, Saturn helping us ground our dreams. What about Uranus? It's known for shaking things up a little bit.
Yeah, well, Uranus is currently retrograde in Taurus.
Uranus in Taurus.
You're right. It can definitely bring some unexpected changes, especially when it comes to your values and your sense of stability.
It sounds like a recipe for upheaval.
It can be, but change isn't always a bad thing. Remember, Uranus is the planet of innovation and awakening. And in Taurus, it's really challenging you to rethink your comfort zones, to find new ways to align with what truly matters.
So it's like a cosmic wake-up call.
Yeah, urging you to reevaluate what you value and be open to new possibilities.
Wow, we're seeing a theme here, change growth, stepping into our authentic selves. What about Neptune?
Oh, Neptune. Neptune is in its home sign of Pisces, which is amplifying your intuition, your creativity, and your spiritual awareness. It's a beautiful time to connect with your inner wisdom, embrace the flow of life, pay attention to your dreams, those subtle nudges from your subconscious.
So we've got this direct line to our intuition right now,
You do.
but we have to be open to receiving those messages.
Exactly.
Okay, and then what about Pluto?
Pluto. Pluto has just moved into Aquarius,
Okay.
marking a significant shift in the collective consciousness.
What does that mean?
This transit is about transformation through community, technology, collective progress. It's prompting you to think bigger than yourself, to ask how your personal evolution can contribute to a greater good.
Wow, so it's not just about our individual journey anymore.
Right. It's about recognizing that we're all part of something much larger.
We are all connected.
Yeah. And now let's talk about the North and South nodes. These points in your birth chart represent your soul's journey in this lifetime.
Okay, I'm ready. What are the nodes telling us today?
The North Node is currently retrograde in Aries, while the South Node is retrograde in Libra.
Okay.
This axis is about finding the balance between independence and interdependence. The North Node in Aries encourages you to embrace your individuality, take courageous action towards your dreams.
It's like a cosmic pep talk.
It is, urging you to step into your power and pursue your passions without hesitation.
I like that. And then what about the South Node?
The South Node in Libra reminds us that we don't have to do it all alone.
Okay.
It's about finding healthy interdependence, collaborating with others, creating those win-win situations.
So it's about that balance, right? Between pursuing our individual goals, but also recognizing the importance of connection and collaboration.
Exactly.
Wow, this is a lot to digest already.
Yeah.
And we haven't even talked about Lilith and Chiron yet.
There's so much more to explore.
I know. But for now, let's take a moment to process all this incredible energy we've uncovered so far.
That's a good idea.
We'll be back in a moment to dive even deeper into today's cosmic landscape and what it means for you. So stay tuned.
And we're back to the Sky Clock podcast, ready for more cosmic insights.
I am. You know, we talked about the sun in Capricorn urging us to build something meaningful, but with Uranus shaking things up in Taurus, how do we find stability with all this change going on?
Well, it is a bit of a dance, isn't it? Capricorn's grounded energy gives us that framework, but Uranus is all about flexibility and adaptability. So let's say Uranus is prompting you to reassess your career path. You know, Capricorn can help you strategize, set some practical goals, and create a plan for that new direction.
So instead of being overwhelmed by all the change, we can use Capricorn's energy to sort of make a roadmap.
Exactly, a roadmap for navigating the unknown.
Like that. Now remember that feeling of closure we talked about with the moon finishing up in Aquarius?
Yeah.
Well, that ties in nicely with Venus entering Pisces.
It does.
Like a sense of new beginnings, fresh starts.
Absolutely. As you're releasing those old patterns and embracing the future Venus in Pisces, encourages you to approach those new beginnings with compassion and an open heart. It's a time to deepen your connections. But remember those healthy boundaries we talked about. It's important not to get drained.
It's like stepping into a new chapter with a renewed sense of hope and willingness to connect on a deeper level.
Yeah.
But what about Mars retrograde in Leo? How does that play into this energy of new beginnings?
Mars retrograde might make you feel like there's a bit of a roadblock, you know, prompting you to reassess how you're expressing yourself and pursuing your passions. You might feel like stepping back from the spotlight a little bit, reevaluating creative projects, or even questioning your leadership style.
So it's a time for introspection.
Yeah, instead of pushing forward, it's about refining your approach and making sure your actions are really in alignment with your heart.
Aligning with our hearts. I like that. Now let's bring in Jupiter retrograde in Gemini.
Right?
How does that add to all of this?
It adds another layer to the introspection. It asks you to look at your belief systems, your communication style. It's a good time to revisit books that you've read, engage in thoughtful conversations, and be open to expanding your perspectives.
So instead of clinging to old ideas,
Yeah.
we can use this time to challenge those assumptions and broaden our understanding.
Exactly. It's like a cosmic invitation to become a lifelong learner.
I like that.
Oh,
Now remember Saturn and Pisces, that blend of practicality and dreams?
yeah.
How can that help us with all of this?
Saturn in Pisces can actually support you in grounding those new insights and turning them into action.
So it's like a cosmic architect, helping us build bridges between the spiritual and material worlds.
I love that analogy. Saturn in Pisces gives you the structure and the discipline to bring those dreams down to earth, while Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition and guides you toward your soul's purpose.
So it feels like we're being given all the tools we need to create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling.
You are.
But with Pluto and Aquarius, it's not just about our personal aspirations, is it?
It's not. It's about contributing to something larger than ourselves.
Right. You're right. You hit the nail on the head. Pluto in Aquarius is a powerful force for collective transformation.
It is.
This energy encourages us to think about how our actions impact the world around us.
Yeah.
It's about using our voices and talents to make a positive difference.
Right. Whether it's through community involvement, advocating for social justice, or simply being kinder, more compassionate in our daily interactions.
Exactly. It's a reminder that we are all interconnected,
We are.
and that even small acts of kindness can create a ripple effect.
Absolutely. Now, remember that balancing act we talked about with the North and South nodes? That energy is particularly potent today, urging us to find that sweet spot between independence and interdependence.
Right. The North Node in Aries is calling us to be courageous and pursue our passions. But the South Node in Libra reminds us to nurture our connections and embrace collaboration.
Yeah, it's a delicate dance.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's about honoring your unique gifts and sharing them with the world, while also recognizing that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. And that brings us to Lilith and Chiron, which represent deeper aspects of our shadow selves and our healing journey.
Okay, so let's talk about those.
Lilith in Libra is stirring up those areas in your relationships where you might be giving away too much of your power or suppressing your authentic voice. It's a call to reclaim your autonomy, set boundaries, and speak your truth with confidence.
So it's a reminder that healthy relationships require both give and take,
They do.
and that it's okay to assert our needs.
Absolutely. And lastly, we have Chiron in Aries. This placement might bring up past wounds related to self-worth, especially in areas where you felt the need to prove yourself.
It sounds like a time to be gentle with ourselves
It is.
and acknowledge that our vulnerabilities are a part of what makes us unique.
You're right. True strength lies in embracing our imperfections and finding compassion for our wounded hearts.
This has been such an enlightening exploration of today's astrological energy. It's amazing how all these different planetary influences weave together to create this complex and nuanced tapestry.
It really is. And remember, this is just a general overview. The way these energies manifest in your life will be unique to your personal birth chart and your individual journey.
That's a great point. Astrology is a deeply personal and ever-evolving practice. The more we learn, the more we discover about ourselves and our place in the cosmos. But before we wrap up this episode, and we're back for the final segment of our Sky Clock Deep Dive, it's been quite a journey exploring the astrological landscape for today, January 3rd, 2025.
It has. We've covered everything from ambition and vision to transformation and healing.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But as we wrap up, I'm curious, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listeners will remember from today's episode?
You know, I really hope listeners will walk away remembering that astrology is ultimately a tool for self-awareness. It's not about predicting the future. It's about understanding the energies that are at play so you can make more conscious choices and navigate life with a little more grace and intention.
So it's like having a cosmic compass guiding us toward our highest potential.
Exactly. And remember, this is just a glimpse into the vast and intricate world of astrology. There's always more to learn, more to explore, and more to discover about yourself and your own unique journey.
So true. So keep that cosmic curiosity alive. Explore your birth chart. Learn about the planets and their cycles.
Yeah.
And most importantly, trust your intuition. The cosmos is always speaking to us, guiding us, supporting us. All we have to do is listen.
And remember, whether you're embracing new beginnings, refining your passions, or contributing to the collective good, you have the power to create a life that's both meaningful and fulfilling.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for joining us on this cosmic adventure. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and your hearts open to the infinite possibilities.